bacon, 2 sausage.
And a coffee?
Yes.
Okay, $6.73, please. Okay, then you gotta slide it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're gonna do both, so
Okay.
until it beeps. Can we sign this one for me?
You bet.
Now she'll bring it out as soon as it's ready.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
This is possibly going to be the longest episode of the Hy-Vee Today show with Tony Tone. Welcome, friends. I wish I could tell you that it wasn't raining as we're doing the show. It has not stopped raining really since Sunday. And there's proof with a live shot outside. There is a Hy-Vee truck in the parking lot, which is awesome. And the tent, we moved all of the tent sale items to inside the store. The Lutheran Living Senior Campus weather forecast, it's like the song says, it's the same old song, right? I mean, you just, cloudy with showers today. A high of a eye is where you're going to see a couple pop-up tents set up, as you can in that picture right there. And what I'm excited about is the Busch Light is the aluminum bottles that look like corn. So we got those in. I didn't know if we'd have them. So there's great deals right at the front of the store, across from CBI, near Register 1. We want you to check that out. And then next Saturday, the two things I'll mention, maybe three more things really quick. So next Saturday is the first ever car show that Hy-Vee is putting on, the Helpful Smile Strong car show happening in the parking lot here. It's going to support Big Brothers Big Sisters and Special Olympics. We'll start around 10:30 a.m. with registration, and then you can show up, $20 to show off your car, truck, bike, whatever kind of vehicle you may have. All the proceeds are going to go to the Special Olympics and Big Brothers Big Sisters. So that is really exciting, and we hope that you'll be here next Saturday. All right, so last night, Muscatine City Council meeting. As of now, it sounds like trick-or-treating will still happen in Muscatine on Halloween, which is good because Halloween is on a Saturday this year, October 31st. That was the indication that Mayor Broderson gave last night. Unless things change, they were in favor of still having trick-or-treating, getting some information out on how to do it safely and responsibly. So I was very happy to hear that, and we'll keep an eye on things and hope that they don't change so that we can have Halloween and trick-or-treating and do it safely and responsibly. All right, so I want to get to our guests, and then I'll kind of say what I was going to say. So I'm super excited to have these three folks here on this show today. To my right, we have Scott Dahlke, the executive director with MCSA, Muscatine.
Triple meaning.
Yeah.
Because you're also so good at blowing poop.
Yeah, sure.
So,
oh my God.
And then because 2020 has been so weird,
yeah,
we've had pandemics and riots and droughts. We don't know what's going to happen with this rain. So you might need these.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
A little goodbye present from MCSA to you, sir.
I always feel weird when you give me things from MCSA. Like, I'll never forget when you gave me a roll of toilet paper.
That was probably my
HyVee
favorite.
toilet paper.
It was RV. Dude, the entire city was sold out. And I was like, I got to get Tony some toilet paper. You got to take care of my man.
I have that in my desk. I really appreciate this. I don't have rain boots. So this is super exciting.
What size foot are you?
Well, I can see it's a 13 to 18, so you're spot on.
Boom, boom.
Thank you
Nailed
very
it.
much. This is fantastic. So I guess I can start in order with maybe just an update on how your organizations are doing. Scott, we'll start with you since you're to my right. How are things at MCSA? I'm going to set these down because these are fantastic. Wow, they're heavy duty too. Holy moly.
They'll be good for a while.
Yeah.
So MCSA, we're still kicking air and taking names.
Yeah.
One exciting development that I'm working on right now, I had a great conversation with community healthcare yesterday morning. It looks like we're going to be able to get a medical doctor in our facility.
Wow.
So within 90 days, it's potential that we'd be able to start prescribing medication out of MCSA via telehealth, and then within 6 to 8 months, we could potentially have a doctor on site. So
That's
to
incredible.
be able to get your housing taken care of, your food taken care of, your eyes taken care of, your vision your dental taken care of, now to have your mental health taken care of and being able to get medicine to walk away with, I think is going to just be absolutely crucial. And I don't know how long it's been since the downtown's actually had a medical doctor down there. So
Congratulations, Scott.
yeah, I'm really excited, Charlotte.
That's a big
And
deal.
so I almost want to cry because it was one of my last dreams to have that medical service in our facility. So it's coming to shape, and thanks to a great community for making that happen.
I can't believe that Cheryl Plank was here yesterday, and one of the things I said about MCSA is it almost seems like, I mean, it's a big building, but you have so many different things inside MCSA. Now you're adding a doctor. Like, you have the space, which is great, but you're going to get to the point where you're going to have to build on. I don't know.
No. So one of our strategic plans this year, well, the past couple of years, has been a facility map and a facility plan.
Sure.
And so this fits really well within our facility plan. We're just going to revamp our already existing wellness clinic.
Gotcha.
We still have one available office. So because of this connection with CHC, we have the ability to possibly bring in substance abuse services as well.
Wow.
So I'm thinking maybe that last office down the road, maybe 5 years down the road or so, we can bring in the substance abuse services, and then you have that full, complete package.
That's fantastic.
I don't think there's anything else you can add.
Yeah.
And with everything we do, we're trying to provide education. One of our newest programs is the food pantry, and Norwich Wire is doing a pretty good job of making sure we pack meals together and give recipe cards. So getting that recipe card and that full, complete, nutritious meal, and then the healthcare and the vision. You partner that with the welding program and the Pathway Out of Poverty program and the Fueling the Future program. People are going to school. If they're ill, we can get them to see the doctors, get them back to school. Yeah, so that's really cool. We're adding a 5-plex to our list of housing inventory.
Wow.
So we're in conversations with Lutheran Zion Church on that one. They're working really well with us and trying to make sure that we all walk away from that happy. The city's been working with us too to make sure that we can provide quality, affordable housing to the community. So they're really excited about the quality end of what we're doing.
Sure.
So we're also launching a success team, a case management success team.
Okay.
So for the social services in Muscatine, there's lots of care coordinators, lots of navigators. Who's doing what? Who are the high performers? So we've got the high performing case managers in different fields: medical, mental health, substance abuse, education. We're getting all of those high performance case managers together. And then if anybody's got an issue with a client that they're dealing with, they free of charge, no charge at all, just come bring this case to this group and they'll help you problem solve it. So we've already had a few cases go through that success team, and the case managers that bring them are just wowed, and that's because of how cool our community is, right? Like we're Muscatine and we take care of our own, and so being able to do that absolutely free is just so cool. And we're still pursuing having a coordinated effort for food delivery and food collaboration. We're working very closely with Wilton Durant Food Pantry.
Sure.
Working pretty closely with the West Liberty Food Pantry. Obviously, we work closely with Mr. Bach here. So just trying to do a community effort. We're sharing some of our supplies with the school district. The school district's sharing some of their supplies with us. Mr. Bach is sharing some of his supplies with us, and we're trying to share what we have with them so that all needs are being met. I think it was 2 years ago I was in a meeting with the school district. Here I go, just rambling. I'm terrible at this.
Everybody's going to have 25 minutes. That's what I'm deciding.
So 2 years ago, the school district was telling me they needed bread, and I was like, well, I got tons of it. I'm getting HyVee donates tons of it to us. Why can't I get that up to them? And so this is the master plan to make all of that happen. So we're still delivering about 150 bags of food a week because of the pandemic. That's down from 300.
Wow.
And I was talking to Nora yesterday, and she's like, we need data, we need feedback on what's going on. I'm like, well, we have that feedback.
Sure.
Because what we did to shrink that number from 300 to 150, we called every single person. We asked them what all of their needs were, what else can we be doing for you, and would you possibly not want the bags anymore? And so
That's unbelievable.
half of them said, yeah, we can deal without the bags anymore.
Sure.
But we still had half. 150 people are saying, yeah, we need them.
Still
So
need
that's
help.
so that need still exists. It's proven, you know. So we'll continue to serve that need while we can. That's in partnership with United Way. They're providing a lot of the drivers for that. We're also adding transportation to what we're doing.
Nice.
We just purchased a minivan.
Wow.
So we got the shaggin' wagon now.
Boy.
The staff are really excited about it. Between food, transportation, getting food all over town that we need to get it to, getting people to their classes, doing home visits. It was something that was well needed. It's a new venture for MCSA because
exciting.
they've never been in transportation before.
Right.
So I think that's it.
Well, if you think of anything else,
well,
you're
there's
gonna be
more,
here
but I
for
don't want to steal. I don't want to steal the Charlotte's thunder either. So, or Greg's thunder. So, I will stop talking.
Listen,
there.
you can always get connected with MCSA in a myriad of ways, and they're doing good things every day. Lieutenant, Salvation Army, September. I know you're thinking about Red Kettle season.
Yep,
Last time you
season.
were here, you said from this show you were heading to a meeting. Do you have any news about? Are people going to ring the bell?
Yeah,
What's that going to look like?
We're still going to be bell ringing. I think all locations are set to go.
Okay.
Our national office is kind of taking care of all the national contracts with Walmart and other big corporate stores. So it'll be pretty strict bell ringing season with PPE. Everyone's wear PPE. You have to back 6 feet away from someone putting money in the kettle. You have to clean it off every time. So it's going to be a little more involved than just ringing the bell and smiling.
Sure.
That's why I'm pretty happy to say that we're going to have online kettles as well this year. Kind of bring that back so businesses can host an online red kettle. Individuals can be a fundraiser as well online. So that's pretty cool. We're doing that. It's probably the biggest thing we're working on right now because it's our biggest funder. We don't.
Sure.
It's the biggest source of income for Salvation Army to help people in the community is red kettle season. So we're looking for people to ring bells and to host online red kettles. Listen, if you were a bell ringer and you don't want to stand out and just expose yourself or to the cold or just to the current climate, then consider hosting an online red kettle or actively dreaming about just making that one big open space like the right side where the chapel and dining hall is, so we can really have a big, nice open space for after school, for day camp, for that kind of stuff. Because moving forward, we're hoping this summer we can have day camp again and bring that back. So there's a lot of things going on. Not as many irons as Scott has in the fire over at MCSA, but we're proud to be partnered with MCSA in everything that we do, and with Community Foundation, and just kind of building that community collaboration and that effort.
It's incredible that during this pandemic, how busy all three of you have been. You can lump in United Way. I mean, a lot of folks have had to ramp up, how they take care of people and serve. And Charlotte, for you at the Community Foundation, certainly you were able to very quickly get funds back into the community, into the hands of people that need them, or organizations that need them. You had matching. I mean, it was, but again, maybe not something that had been planned.
Right.
So I guess I want to start with just talking about that. Are you still getting money back into the community?
We are.
And then how are things overall? So answer that however you like.
So because of the good work that folks like this and their organizations did, we very quickly as a community came together, as you know, and took care of rapidly changing needs. But both of them kind of talked about the collaboration we saw and the outcomes of that. One of the things we could try to help with is provide some of the funding that was necessary. So obviously they're shifting gears in a ever-changing day-by-day situation. And so just like you said earlier, the community, people were so generous. We came in, we brought forward $100,000 in matching money, which again is a testament to the folks that have donated in the past to allow us to have dollars to be able to do that. And then the community just came together because they can see the need, and you're a big part of that, Tony. So the work you do here and the work Hy-Vee allows you to do, and getting the word out of what the needs are. Often people want to pair up and give, but they just don't know exactly what those opportunities are. So we were able to put $300,000 back into the community very quickly through that. I just tallied the numbers, and just through discretionary granting, that's not through our funds granting directly, but through where people can apply, for our nonprofits can apply, we'll give out close to $1 million in discretionary granting, which will be a record-breaking year for us as well. We've got racial justice open right now, where we're trying to look at equity and inclusion across Muscatine and Louisa County.
Yeah.
And so we'll be doing some granting out of that. We've got the health support that's directed to health, and you hear how important health is in all these different pieces that we've chatted about this morning and across so many of our nonprofits and the work going on in our community. And so we'll have some of those open. But again, it's just a testament to the community we live in. Good people like yourself that give your time and energy to bring attention to those, and good people that give their time and energy and volunteer when they have those opportunities. So we're blessed. I mean, just without question.
I mean, but who would have thought that a pandemic would see record-setting? Because you would think, if anything, maybe people would tighten their generosity up a little bit, but it's been the opposite. And
even at MCSA, as soon as the pandemic broke out, people were calling like crazy. Scott, what do you need? Scott, what do you need? And I almost had to hold them back. Say, wait, just wait a little bit.
You don't know what you need.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what our need's going to be. Let me keep the building safe first.
Sure.
And then I can look at what our costs and expenses are going to be. But you name a corporation in town, they were calling me, not me. There was not me soliciting this time. So it was really, really different. But it really just makes me musky proud how tough our town is, you know. And 10 years ago, when my wife and I decided to move here, I'm never going to regret that. Never going to regret that choice.
And Tony, to that point, I mean, people's pocketbooks didn't look larger during that time. No. The market looked different. Their retirements looked different, and still they were giving. And again, we were able to give generosity of people that had that beneficial thought in the past. But yeah, you're exactly right. The resources they had to give were less for most people at that time because of the changes, and so just an amazing opportunity to be part of.
And on your, I think it was Community Foundation Greater Muscatine Facebook page, I mean, everybody's very active on social media. There it is right there. Thank you, Chad. I saw something, was it the Michaela's Hope the other day? So the other day, what was it? Was
Suicide awareness.
Suicide awareness.
And actually, Natalie, that is in our office, worked very closely with Alma and Brian in order to kind of identify some of the resources that we could get out into the community to bring attention and opportunity around people understanding the resources.
Yeah.
I mean, the Brensons are the tragedy they've been able to marshal through, and out of that they brought hope to others. They brought awareness to others, and turned this story into something I know Michaela would be proud of how hard they work every day.
That family, the Brensons, unbelievable. I mean, you know, with Michaela's Hope, and then with the involvement of, oh my gosh, that's a big cake. Wow, how's it going?
Tony
Holy,
check that out.
That is a cake right there.
You like cake?
I do like cake. That is a giant Hy-Vee Today cake. Holy moly. Thank you, guys.
Look at that.
That is awesome.
Congratulations on your last day.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you. We're going to put this over here.
Cake.
Chad, did you make that?
By hand.
Oh
yeah, it is gourmet, just for you, Tony. Just for you.
Oh,
I really appreciate that. That is a giant cake. Holy moly. I don't want to share with anybody. Is that okay? I mean,
that's the only reason we came.
Oh,
like great. Literally, the seats would have been empty had we not heard that Matt was bringing a cake.
I have a lot of friends. Charlotte's like looking for a fork, I think. That is amazing. Thank you, guys.
Food is Charlotte's big deal. Every meeting I'm on with her, she'll ask somebody what they're eating. Every meeting.
I just want to know. I'm just interested.
We were just talking about the Alma Brenson and her family and how amazing they are, and the fact that they have scholarship set up in honor of Michaela, but
and they've also established this new fund, and that's one of the things we were talking about yesterday, to try to bring additional dollars to help the schools support the mental health work that needs to happen within the schools. And so folks can gift to that in honor of Michaela, and those dollars are going to, Alma will be, and Brian will be a big part of getting those dollars back out to make sure they're affecting the most need within our community to try to make a difference for the kids. And we're seeing mental health concerns as young as elementary. And with COVID, I think that may even escalate that situation.
Alma's involved with Salvation Army, and it's wild how much they're able to do. And then, of course, these guys are involved with all of your organizations. And I just had got a call from Nora the other day about turkeys, and so it's totally full circle to have Matt and Chad walk on. The cake is awesome, but the involvement is really what's inspiring. And this company that's celebrating their 90th year, Hy-Vee has, I think every store probably has the same level of involvement in their community. I don't know firsthand like this, but yeah, it's pretty cool. If anybody's going to walk out,
Hy-Vee's
right?
a big part of our town.
That's
they sure
what I was
are.
gonna say.
Our food pantry wouldn't be what it is without the work that they're doing to support it. You know, Matt and Chad have been great.
So partly
Are you mic'd up? How did you get a microphone?
How'd that happen?
I
What
think
is
they
going
can
on?
hear me. Can they hear me?
Magic.
Wow. All right, he's mic'd up. Go ahead. Yeah.
So one of the reasons Chad and I wanted to come on right now in this moment is because a lot of what happens in this town is due to individuals.
Sure.
And although Hy-Vee is made of individuals and your organizations it's the people sitting down here that make a difference. And especially you, Tony.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have been professional. You have been an excellent member of this community. You often right the ship anytime I need righted. Remind me of what's important.
Sure.
You have just been a rock for this community and this
Absolutely.
store.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a great moment to tell you thank you, to wish you good luck,
Thank you.
best wishes. We hate that you're leaving, but
Yeah.
we know that in your new role, you will continue to stand up and do what's right.
We're going to need these boots for all the tears.
I was gonna say, it's so weird, the MCSA gifting thing still. I appreciate you saying that,
Yeah.
and I think it's easy to talk about all the good when there's so many people doing good every day, you know? It's awesome. And this guy, speaking of people hit the ground running, I mean, 10 years for you in town, 8 years for me. The Bach crew's been here little over a year and a half. Charla.
Since birth, so I've been here like 27 years.
Okay, Charla's been here since birth. But then Chad Adams, who hit the ground running over a year ago, got involved. I mean, Chad was the guy that was like, hey, Flickinger's doing goat yoga. Okay, let's talk about goat yoga. Chad kind of coordinated getting turkeys and hams for MCSA. So obviously it's been important for you too.
Oh, definitely, and you've made a huge impact to the community, like Matt just said. But Hy-Vee in general want to make Hy-Vee the best place to work and be in the community as well. And so Nora actually just emailed me just 5 minutes ago to get ready for turkey. So we'll be ready again, just like last year. So we'll be ready in 2021.
Don't forget about the peanut butter.
Right, the
Remember,
peanut butter
like,
donation
2
was
pallets of
super
peanut
cool.
butter?
I was so mad that I didn't want to be in the picture with this peanut butter because I had a mustache for Halloween, and then on the front page of the paper was the best mustache ever.
You know,
But yeah.
again, talk about community. Wasn't it the Yarrington twins that
Right,
we're going
coins
to come
for
together
Christmas,
and match the jelly for that peanut
Jelly,
butter?
that was super cool.
So, like,
yeah.
we got a cool town. We got a cool town.
Matt and
Like,
Matt
I
and
got to concur what Matt said. You know,
Yeah.
you've been a rock. You've been a rock, and you've
appreciate
helped
you
us.
saying that.
You've helped us promote everything that we're doing
Mm-hmm.
and we're trying to do. And so, getting that out in people's minds. How many people that didn't know what you guys were doing, what you were doing, what they were doing, now know because of you. So.
Well, I was
hope
talking
so.
to my wife the other day, and he's at every event. Every event in town, Tony's there.
It's the right thing to do, right?
While we're
His wife doesn't want him either.
Well, we have the luxury of maybe being off camera and sitting at home and enjoying a little free time. Tony is often out in the community working,
Oh,
so
he's just doing it for the free food.
That's right. Well, I knew there'd be cake, I think.
right.
Yeah.
I'd do anything for cake too.
I was gonna say.
But Matt and Chad, before you came out, you know, we certainly appreciate everything Tony's done, but we're thankful that Hy-Vee, because you guys are running a business and you're making time to make sure that Tony has the opportunity to do this. And again, your hearts show every single day through all the work you do at Hy-Vee. So thank you both, and especially thanks for the cake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's weird, and I often remind myself is that like I didn't take the job at Hy-Vee to host a talk show in a grocery store. It's weird. There's none of these going on at other Hy-Vees. Not that there couldn't be, but it's been so good because you can have conversations like this and remind people like, hey, yes, it's a pandemic, but here's just 3 examples. You know, Shane and Nicole were here with the United Way earlier this week. Cheryl was here. Yeah, there are so many ways you can get involved. And it's just, and whatever you can do, that's the thing. It doesn't have to be, you know, a pallet or 2 of peanut butter. It can be $5 a month or $10 a month. Or, I mean, all of your organizations would be able to help people should they want to get involved.
Or calling on someone in isolation. It
Right.
doesn't take
Yeah.
doesn't take much to be connecting.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So that cake is big, by the way.
It is big.
I was going to say
56 new friends.
56 new friends.
Is that what it serves? 56 people?
Well,
How small are
56
those?
conservatively.
I was going to say, how small, and shout out to the Hy-Vee Bakery. Holy moly, that is a big old cake. Oh, that is awesome. Well, I appreciate that very much, and I think, you know, the good news is, as we get on the other side of the pandemic, showing how much everybody's come together, that's not going to change. I mean, Muscatine has been there, and anytime we need help, and it's crazy to think of how much help has been given, you know, in the last not even 9 months, right?
Yeah, I think it's really shown.
Yeah.
Too,
Oh, yeah.
Where the community has come together and organization is combined,
Mm-hmm.
especially during the huge impact of COVID. So
Yeah, I mean it's and what's great is, you know, we're sitting here on 9/11 and we're having a good conversation, and by 11 o'clock half of these guys will be at the police and fire station because there's a great church in town that every year since 9/11 has brought lunch to the police and fire, right? Every year, and they ask Hy-Vee to contribute a little bit of that, and it's a cool thing to be a part of. And
Thank
you know,
you.
it's there's just a lot. There's always a lot going on. That's why you can have a talk show in a grocery store. Really, I mean, if you think about it, there's so many moving pieces, but you got to have the community.
I think sometimes
first.
my old hometown, Rome, New York, is where I kind of went to high school.
Sure.
And it was population 30,000, kind of like Muscatine, like a working class town. And I had no idea. Like I wonder if all of the cool things that are happening here happened there, because I never knew about any of it.
Yeah, and that could be true, right? If nobody talks about the good, that's been always the thing
And
for me.
I think that's credit to you and for Hy-Vee for letting you be out here telling the stories, you know, because there really is a lot of cool things happening. A lot of really interesting things happening, and you know, you think of community development, and it has to happen from every angle. You know, you got to build from our most vulnerable, and you got to build from our strongest. So we all come together to help each other, and the pandemic really showed that. Everybody threw out their egos, and they're calling me saying, "What do you need, Scott?" And Jake is saying, "Well, how can we help you, Scott?" And, really cool.
And it's really neat. This we keep all these pictures that we take of all of our events, and you look back, and it's always the events where we're helping people or part of the community that I'm most proud of, where there's a guy sleeping in the kettle in front of the store when the store catches on fire. I mean, who could ask for a different story than that?
Yeah.
And you know, the freezing for food and the free mango event and all of that stuff, those are the moments that I remember and that you look back on and you're like, wow, we're making a difference here. It's not always just the check stand and looking at a full card. It's to me, it's about being part of the community, and it's not possible without people like you four, for sure.
Is Lieutenant Bach going to sleep outside again? Has that been?
He told me he was. Yeah, he told me. He texted me.
And Scott said you were going to join him for a night or two. Is that right, in the kettle? It's got a second level. You know
Only
that,
if we
right?
can cuddle.
Yeah.
Only if we can cuddle.
I mean, look, Ardit's like
There's the bottom half.
I'm the big spoon.
Yeah, there. You could put. I told Greg, I'm like, why don't you just put like a dome tent on top of it?
I did that in Sheboygan, in Michigan one year, and it blew off the top down to Lake Michigan.
Of course, you did it already. It blew into Lake Michigan.
Yes,
Perfect.
The top did.
All right, so that I can't wait to see the kettle back. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys again for the cake. It's absolutely fantastic. I appreciate it, and thank you guys. I don't want to wrap up without asking. I mean, how can people help? What do you need?
Are we
at
almost
MCSA?
over?
Huh?
Are we almost done?
No, I don't know. I haven't even seen what time it is. No, we're not done.
We just got started.
I'm not. Well, I mean, you talked for like 3 hours, so no. But do you need?
It just seems like it.
Am I the reason our board meetings go so long?
at least 5 minutes extra.
Oh, 5 minutes is being nice.
I never even get to my executive director report.
You're fine.
Man.
What do you need this week, next week? Anything in particular? Is it at MCSA? Is it at the domestic violence shelter?
Volunteers.
Okay.
We're running a little bit low on people delivering those 150 bags of food.
Okay.
As the pandemic goes and more people are getting back to work, we need more people to come down to the pantry to pack those bags.
Cool.
So that's our biggest need right now. So I think we can come through, and the town's always came through, you know.
Domestic violence shelter need anything? And I'm not going to say this to brag because it's not my intent, but if you're on Facebook and you have a birthday, you can turn your birthday into a fundraiser, and my awesome Facebook friends, like over $615 for the domestic violence shelter. So please, if you can do that, even if you can't afford to give,
Tony,
that's
think
one way you
about
can.
that. I was thinking about, like, I know there was 9 or 10 kids in there at some point this summer, and you think about the children who are worried about COVID, going back to school. These children are worried about fear in their homes, where they're now more isolated, have been able to leave that fear. And COVID is a concern for them as well, but so often we don't realize the number of stressors that children are going through. And domestic violence children, when you make the difference, given those dollars so that we can keep it open, very few communities our size have a domestic violence shelter keeping children safe.
No, it's really remarkable that our shelter stays open. And again, it's a testament to our town. It's always deficiting. It's always deficiting, as Chad knows from our board. So it's one of the things that our board really looks at is, what can we do to make this zero out? But it's literally life-saving. Yeah. And it's interesting. The pandemic did increase the numbers there. Charlotte and I were talking about how the pandemic was going to affect some of my programs, and she sent me an article from Europe where they saw an increase in sexual assaults and domestic abuse. And I said, well, I'm going to keep an eye on our numbers, and they did go up. There was a lot of days where we had 14 kids running around that house. You've been to that house. It's just like anybody else's house. Yeah. And there's 14 kids running around, and Judy's scraping up bubble gum off the floor, but we're able to serve, So with the Domestic Violence Center, it's staffed 24 hours a day to provide that security. Sure. We just had a visit from one of the administrators for HUD, the direct report for Secretary Carson, and I expressed to him the need to find alternative ways to fund those programs because that 24/7 supervision is so crucial. Yep. One of the trends nationwide is to go to rapid rehousing, and there's agencies that are putting these women who've been abused in hotel rooms, which is great. Get them out of that abusive situation. Sure. But it takes a woman on an average of 7 times of leaving their abuser before they actually finally do. And I personally don't feel like putting them in a hotel room is the recipe for success, because then they may get lonely, they may get scared, they may return to their abuser. So I will advocate for that domestic abuse shelter all day. I will think about those 14 kids running around, and if anybody's got money to donate to that program, it's certainly well needed in that program. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't always ask for money. I'm asking for volunteers for the food pantry.
It's like I always say, if somebody has that bag of gold coins you don't know what to do with, there's some people right here that can help. Lieutenant Bach, what do you need at the Salvation Army?
Well, like Scott volunteers, we're also going to do, we've typically done a Thanksgiving dinner, a eat-in. This year we'll do a delivery.
Awesome.
For people that need Thanksgiving dinner delivered to them, we'll cook it and deliver it to them as well. So cooks for that, volunteers for that as well. You can contact Salvation Army.
Excellent.
And of course, bell ringers and people to host online red kettles.
Online red kettle. That's super cool. I think
everybody can participate in that.
Yeah, that's so easy to do. Charla, Community Foundation. You
just
can always point people in the right direction.
Right. I was going to say, good souls and good spirits to continue doing good work in our community is what we need. And we're happy to help if people are looking for different places, put charitable funds, and try to make sure they get directed to the right spot.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think I'll let you guys go to work, and then, because you probably, although you're kind of your own bosses, so you could tell your team, like, I'm late, but I have proof because I was at Hy-Vee. Charlotte's leaving already.
Well, I actually am, because
I
do have a meeting.
You do have a meeting. That's right. You did tell me you have a meeting. Yeah. But Charlotte, you have, I saw this back there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chad, do we have that video that Charla sent? So, of course, Charla apparently has time to edit together. These are all the different things Charla has photoshopped my head on over the years. So the first couple were from the New Beginnings fundraiser. My first role there was a champagne greeter. Yeah, Charla had to take. But look at all, Charla's Photoshop skills are unbelievable. Former Hy-Vee store director Jim Simmons right there. That one she printed, and I tried to get Jim to take that with him. He said he was good without it. But yeah, these have been, I feel like every time Charla has come on the show, she has some type of Photoshop. That is in my garage, by the way. That's a good look. Yeah, my kids have broke it almost 5 times. So. Oh, thank you.
As you move on to new opportunities,
your
microphone and your conversation organization, our community serves as a platform for all good. So take the
Thank you.
microphone, continue to use it. I hope you continue to work hard with the HyVee team wherever you end up, and thanks for everything you've done.
Thank you very much. This is awesome.
I apologize, I have to go.
No, you're fine. Absolutely. Thank you. That's great. All right, so we'll let these guys go. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for the boots. You didn't have to do that.
I don't know what the next venture holds, but
sure.
You are a dear friend now.
Yeah.
I'm proud to have known you. I'm better to have known you.
I appreciate you saying that.
Our community is certainly better to have had you. So don't be a stranger. I don't know what you're going to do. Don't be a stranger.
Yes.
You might need these because I'm trying hard. I'm trying hard to get this guy to cry.
No, listen, I appreciate you saying that.
He's like pulling all the stops.
Put that toilet paper in here, and then stand outside somewhere and like do a boot drive for us.
I could do a boot drive for us. Do a boot drive for us. I like that. Lieutenant, thank you, sir.
I got nothing for you, man, other than a heartfelt thank you.
Yeah.
For just being you.
I appreciate
and
that.
using your talents and your giftings to give people a hand up, and for doing the most good.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I remember the first time you were with us. The new guy in town had all these wild dreams and just did it, and it's awesome. So, and the thing that's tough with Lieutenant, as we said, we only have them for a couple more years before they get reassigned, and that's crazy to think about. Like, how do you replace? I don't know if you have an option to say like, we're good, we're gonna stay. But I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, what do we have to do?
Or London. Yeah.
Let's call London and tell them the Bucs are gonna stay.
Yeah, they're staying here forever, right? All right, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. And I know we'll be in touch, that's for sure. All right, we'll go CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. This is this microphone is going to turn into like American Gladiators at my house later today.
I fully expect to see videos of Teddy beating.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to cause, it's going to cause a whole thing, but that is awesome. All right, very good. So let's show you some breakfast because the Market Grill Express is open. If you're looking for a place to have breakfast, you can always come in here. Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, get yourself taken care of. I forgot Charlotte had a meeting. I was trying to keep an eye on the time. That's so great. All right, so check that out and come in and have breakfast, won't you? All right, so today, as I mentioned, have a seat. Have a seat, guys. We can get you mic'd up, or if you want to keep wireless mics on, whatever you want to do. I'm going to put the big mic over there. So today, September 11th, is Patriot Day. It is National Day of Service and Remembrance. How about that? It's also National Make Your Bed Day, and it is Hot Cross Bun Day. But Make Your Bed Day, I try to make the bed every day. I think it's the right thing to do, right? I feel like as you get older, you're like, this is my house, this is my bed, right? Are you guys bed makers?
I need to run home real quick. I did not know.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that today was
National Bed, right? Yeah. It's one of those things that's like, I gotta do it, but...
Where was the text?
Yeah, well, I figured you saw the calendar. So what I want to tell people is, because we had somebody asking this morning, like, patriotic stuff at the store, and yes is the answer. As a matter of fact, there's a whole display right over here, and we've got flags, and we've got the bunting. So if you're looking, not just on 4th of July, certainly we'll have this available in the store for Patriot Day, which is great. And as I mentioned, later this morning, food going to the police and fire station, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
To have
very
done
shortly,
that.
actually.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say we're gonna have
Chad
to watch
and
the
I
time.
were cooking it, and then we had to come in here. So
oh my gosh!
Who knows what's going on?
I had to rip off the chef half. Yeah. But
cooking, baking cakes, it's a whole thing. All right, so Patriot Day, that's going on today with September 11th. We mentioned at the start of the show the local ad, which I have here on the back page of the paper. So the local ad at the top has some compare deals with us against Schmerway, as I like to say. And then down here, guys, we're supposed to be in the parking lot, in a tent, but it has rained since Sunday, so all of the truckload deals are inside the store.
Yeah, the tent weather did not work out as I had ordered, which is unfortunate.
Right.
But prices are still valid inside, and it's dry in here, which is good.
Yeah, it is very dry, which is awesome. So you can see right there on the screen all the different deals that are in the store, at this store and downtown at Hy-Vee Main Street. So just keep that in mind if you're driving by and you're like, well, the Big Ten is empty. Well, listen, the intent would be to next week probably be out there.
Is that a pun?
It was a pun, sorry. To be out there with better weather, of course, right? So keep that in mind. And then good-looking front page cover of the Hy-Vee ad, which, again, inside the paper. On this show, we always kind of showed you the hot deals. On the back page is the buy this, get that, which is exciting. So there's always ways to save. And I just yesterday, I was in the pharmacy, and there was a lady getting a flu shot. And there's the front page of the ad, by the way. There was a lady getting a flu shot in the pharmacy yesterday that didn't have a Fuel Saver. And kudos to our pharmacist, Sam, that went into full court press. You're leaving 20 cents on the table. And the lady was like, what do you mean? And Sam's like, well, if you're going to get the flu shot, if you have a Fuel Saver, the price of gas, whatever it is, take 20 cents off. So that was I just hope for people that watch, you never leave money on the table.
It's over $30,000, right?
Yeah, for the month of August, it was $30,404, guys. Have you ever experienced the penny for a full tank of gas personally?
I have personally.
You have?
Yes.
That is awesome.
It's a great feeling. So
yeah.
If you don't have the Fuel Saver,
yeah,
please do so, because it will save you, like Tony mentioned, a lot of money in your pockets.
I totally used my wife's phone number the other day because I didn't have anything on my Fuel Saver, and now I'm admitting it. But that's okay.
Now she knows how much you spent.
Yeah, right. I know that I got a little bit of a discount on there. And then I want to talk about, while you guys are still here, the car show. So next Saturday, first ever Hy-Vee car show, putting it on in the parking lot. Helpful Smile, Strong car show, supporting Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and Special Olympics. Matt, you have a classic vehicle, which is super cool. You go to car shows with it. And for people that are in the area, we know that they have these vehicles because there's quite a few of these events that'll go on across kind of Quad City, Muscatine area. What do you have? You have a 50, what is it?
I have a 56 Chevy truck,
56
which is fantastic.
Chevy. Yeah.
Nice blue color. And,
right.
Well, you'll have to come out and see it. But this show is going to be exciting because it benefits two really awesome charities in town. They are pretty much doing all the work, so I don't want to take any credit for anything, but just come out and check it out. I know that they're doing something unique I haven't seen before, where you're voting for your favorite vehicle with dollar bills or coins or money.
Okay.
And the vehicle that raises the most money wins that award, which is cool.
That's
because
awesome.
that money goes towards those two charities. So make sure you bring a little extra spending cash to vote for your favorite ride, and then you are helping out two great organizations. So I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Plus we have Lefty and the Spinners,
super
which
cool.
I believe play oldies.
Yes, they do.
And,
so that is very appropriate.
That will be perfect.
Like 50s, 60s, some 70s, Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Great group of guys, and the fact that they're going to be part of it is fantastic.
And the weather's going to be perfect.
I bet it will be. It's after
80s
this,
and sunny, right?
After the week that we've had, oh my gosh, it's just been rainy and gray, and just I just keep looking to see when are we going to see the sun. But yeah, no, that's awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to mention a couple of things, and then we'll get out of here. I guess if I go in order, the September donut. Have you guys had the September donut of the month, by the way?
It's good.
It's really good.
Anything with caramel's good.
I was going to say, this is essentially like a apple pie filling in the middle of a donut. As if the donut wasn't good enough already, somebody in the lab was like, what if we put apple pie filling in it? And it's crazy. The thing that I've said is if you take a bite on TV, you're not going to be able to talk, because there's so much going on. I learned that, I don't want to say the hard way because it was delicious, but that thing is fantastic. It's right there on the screen, the caramel apple cobbler. Only available through the end of the month. So each month there's a new donut of the month in the bakery, and you got to check that out. Look at the apple pie filling in the middle.
Delicious.
Wouldn't you love to be on the R&D team that just gets to throw crazy ideas together?
Yes.
What do you think for donut of the month? Well, what if we took apple pie filling?
We kind of do a little bit of that on our own.
True.
Remember, we threw toilet paper off of a roof
We
once.
did.
Yeah.
We did throw toilet paper.
That was R&D.
Toilet paper. I mean, who would have thought that toilet paper would be the hottest commodity?
I hope we didn't cause a shortage back then. Did we?
I think we're safe. That was 5 years ago?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Who would like to try the Toyota Muscatine What's in the
Chad
Box?
does.
No.
Chad does?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Let's
What's
do
in
it.
the box?
Chris, what do you think? Now, Chad, the thing is with this, so Toyota Muscatine, been a sponsor of this show since the beginning. We used to have the Toyota Muscatine cart cam, but with the pandemic, we thought, let's be respectful of people. And this game was kind of left over from Christmas, and Chris gave it a custom paint job. It's super cool. So, long story short, let me ask, Chris, is anything alive in the box? Okay, that's good. So it's good that there's nothing. So what you're going to do, Chad, is
Is anything dead in the box?
Yes.
You're going to put both hands in. You're going to not look at the screen to see what's in there. And then the first thing you're going to do is there's doors you're going to push open. So you're going to try and guess what's in there without looking. The Toyota Muscatine. Yep, push both doors open. Perfect.
Okay.
Hy-Vee store manager Chad Adams, Toyota Muscatine. What's in the box? There's 2 things in there.
Okay.
And this, I think, is kind of a newer product. I had never seen this before. It is kind of a sweet treat, which isn't really giving it away. If you get this, I would be shocked if you got this. Right?
SpongeBob popsicle.
That is a pretty good guess. All right, so now reach for the second item, which is kind of near your right hand.
Some dinosaur.
Okay. Take a look. It's a unicorn, and then I think it's like a
magical
chocolate-covered marshmallow on a stick. Is that what that is? Look at that. That is super cool.
Oh, wow, that looks good.
Right? It's like a chocolate-covered marshmallow.
I'm thinking that goes with cake.
Yeah,
it does.
Look at that
pop
thing.
That right in there.
Isn't that awesome?
So close. Very close.
And then Chris is so good about finding things like these. Like, who would have thought we have spicy candy? I got to tell you, this is not for me. I don't do well with super spicy stuff. But these are like...
Well, and I did notice when I came in here that Chris had found some peanut butter shot for the breakfast table out there.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Brad found it.
That's super cool.
I didn't know we had that either.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Look at that.
The novelty of candy.
Candy. I mean, there's so... Speaking of novelties, you know, you look like a little gummy... How about a little gummy pizza? Like if you... And I said this earlier, based on what we heard at the city council meeting last night, seems like trick-or-treating as of now is still a go, which is nice. And of course, if you need candy for Halloween, aisle 6 here at the store, and kind of at the back of aisle 11, there's a massive display. So many different kinds of Halloween candy, right? I mean, I just love the variety. Like if you love Hershey's miniatures, you can see all your favorite Hershey's right here. You know there's glow-in-the-dark candy this year?
Glow-in-the-dark.
Have you guys seen that? There's literally
Reese's.
glow-in-the-dark candy.
Yep.
I like this. I'm not a big Almond Joy fan. You guys Almond Joy fans?
I'm just a Kit Kat guy.
Kit Kat, okay.
Yeah.
There's probably just a bag of Kit Kats. And then here you go. Here's the 70 pieces of candy. Oh my goodness, look at that.
That's
Matt, you have a favorite Halloween candy?
By far, Snickers. Fun-size Snickers. Can't go wrong.
Those are solid. Chad, is it Kit Kat
It's
all
Kit
day?
Kat all the way.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that. These are some limited edition vanilla flavored Tootsie Rolls. Wow.
Nice.
Tootsie Roll Company getting after it, right? And then we've got the Nestle Crunch. I like, they have stayed to that, you know what I mean? Nothing fancy about Nestle Crunch.
No.
They're
Just crunch
committed.
it up.
That's
put it in
right.
ice cream.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Chad's living in the future over here.
And cake.
Crunch it up and put it on
cake.
cake.
Yeah.
The world's biggest cake over there. And then 100 grand, right? That's awesome. Little 100 grand candy. There's so many options for candy.
Yes.
It's really
That
something
one's great
else.
for fundraising.
Yes, it is. Right. I'll give you 100 grand for 100 grand.
Exactly.
Yeah. So okay. And then we have some fun Halloween cereal. I don't want to forget to mention all this cool stuff that we have on the set as we kind of wrap up a little. So you can see the Frankenberry, right? The classics are back for the season. Frankenberry, Boo Berry, and Count Chocula. Like there was a while where I don't think you could get Frankenberry, but
That's true. It's limited. And
it is limited.
It happens to be one of my favorites. And
Really?
so my wife bought some,
nice.
and my son found it.
Oh, no.
And I have not had any.
That's my life.
That's how that works.
That's storyline of my life.
So Chad and I are going to go upstairs here in a little bit and have bowls of cereal.
together.
Yes.
That is cute. And then right next to me is looks like some Kentucky bourbon. This set right here, Knob Creek, and looks like Basil Hayden's, only $42.99, and it has a handle, which is nice because again, enjoy in moderation. Oh, there's Jim Beam in there too. Wow, that's a good looking set right there. Mm-hmm. And then we've got Hawkeye stuff and Cyclone stuff, and I want to mention that, and it's kind of behind us on the bar. So even though there's no Hawkeye football this year, if you need Hawkeye shirts, or there's a really nice like breathable jacket back there, koozies, of course. Guys, it's weird to not have Hawkeye football, but
Strange.
Hawkeye basketball will hopefully get to happen with Muscatine's own Joe Wieskamp. So if you need, and you can see the merch behind us, look at the Hayden Fry sign. It's a big deal. And Cyclone stuff too. And I appreciate the comment we had on Facebook. Person said, I'm glad that you have Cyclone stuff. Not a lot of places do. So we've got it. Yep. We've got it. The salad bar is where you're going to find a lot of it, right?
Plus we have Muscatine muskie shirts out now too.
Good call.
So.
Have you seen the muskie onesies? Those are awesome. Like for a baby.
I have not.
Oh, they're super cool. So yes, muskie apparel, collegiate apparel, and then everything you would need for Halloween is just great. All right, I want to mention these guys that are here working hard that have been here this whole time. So I have Chris Anderson. You guys can walk back here for a second, right? Yeah?
Come on.
So
Come
Chris
on.
Anderson, kind of the newest member of the team, but has done a great job. Local artist who has been, how long have you been with the show now?
6 months.
Holy moly, I feel like he's been here forever. So Chris is the guy that's literally painting the buildings in downtown Muscatine that has inspired, you know this, like other people. Wilton has a building that's painted now.
Yeah.
And it's really because this guy started doing it.
I was telling Chris the other day that we, my family and I went for a drive just to spot all of Chris's paintings
Isn't that
downtown,
cool?
and it was
That's
a lot of fun.
super
Yeah, it
cool.
is.
I don't think we found them all.
Yeah.
I need a map.
Right.
I'm working on that,
Okay.
actually.
Yes.
I just want to thank you, too, for having me, and it's been a lot of fun.
It's been my pleasure working with you. Brad Hesford is a guy that I've known for a long time, probably since I've been in town. Brad's been around. You're a Muscatiner, right?
Yeah, born and raised right here.
Yeah. And this guy, you talk about a person that's at a lot of events. Brad and I think that's probably where we met, and when it was at the radio station. But you have covered, filmed. I mean, you.
Muskie sports, football, basketball, all volleyball. Yeah, it's been everything.
How long have you been with this show now?
Since March.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Right. Since the pandemic, where we were doing the show. No, it's not your fault, Brad. But we had done this show, and you know the restaurant was closed down. We'd done this show, and there were flowers in here. We would.
It's been fun, Tony.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me be a part of it too.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You're a good man. And then the guy that's been here since day one, who is gonna pop over because he can and he should, is Chad Yoakum. So I got to Hy-Vee in December of 2017, and there's an email from this guy to Jim Simmons that says, hey, I know Tony's coming to work for you. I have an idea. And I feel like you're like the Doc Brown, because I love Back to the Future.
Yeah.
No, but hear me out on this. And the flux capacitor is that thing right over there. It's called the Slingshot, and
There
it
is
makes
some
live,
similarity. There
is,
right?
yeah.
But that's what it was.
Hope it works.
This tech was new then, right,
It was
Chad?
brand new, yeah, and I really appreciate working with you for the last 2.5 years, Tony. It's been fun every single day.
Yeah, and Chad's a guy that I've known for a while, and it's like, I have to tell you, I was burnt out on media. So I was like, I just came to Hy-Vee to work at Hy-Vee, but then you have a conversation and an idea sparks and you run with it, and it's been awesome, and I appreciate it. And the people behind the scenes are often not seen or recognized enough, and you guys are, all I have to do, my only job is to book guests and show up. That's it. I mean, you literally bring everything in here, and I really have appreciated that.
Well, we appreciate Hy-Vee, the opportunity to do it. It took 3 factors. I always tell people the technology is one, the talent is the second one, and then the third one is the funding source. You know?
Sure.
And the understanding of what the overall scope of the show has been is let people talk in this town that are from the nonprofits, the people that are putting together church dinners, give them a platform, a forum where they can come and share that information with the rest of the community.
Yeah, and it's been awesome, and I appreciate it. And I wish we had a sunny day to go out on. But it's all right. We'll be fine. So thank you very much, and I know we'll work together and we'll be in touch. And I know that this isn't going to be the last time that I see any of these. Especially, I might have Chris finally paint that bat signal on my garage door. But thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Tony. I look forward to working with you again, man.
I appreciate it. All right, so listen, I'm just looking at my list because of course, I don't want to not mention something. I think, you know what? Let's mention the online, because listen, if it's rainy and you don't want to leave your house, you can order groceries online, which is awesome. Our team will get you taken care of. It's going to be nice by Monday, but same day availability with Aisles Online. Download the app or go to hyvee.com/grocery for that. All right, Chris, do you think I covered everything? Everything we've talked about? Yeah. There's always more, but he says. But we literally have to get ready to take some food down to the police and fire station, and it is September 11th, so we certainly think about those folks that, were working in New York and in other places that were impacted on this date 19 years ago, guys. 19 years ago. So fast. Yep. I remember my dad was still a cop in Chicago when it happened, and they sent everybody downtown, and they just kind of surrounded the Sears Tower and the Hancock building, and they just didn't know what was going to happen. And my dad was down there, and that's what happened to a lot of people 19 years ago. They just went to work, and a lot of them didn't come home. They answered the call, and that's what's been so great about this. This company is continuing to answer the call for 90 years. Hy-Vee's been doing the right thing for 90 years. It's wild. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here, and we have a song we're going to go out with, which is kind of unique. A guy that's been on this show, local guy, Jeff Storm, works at Musco, good guy, is a musician on the side, and we have the approval to play this, so I'm not going out with like a licensed song. These guys are like, oh my gosh, we're going to get a bill from ASCAP and BMI. But I appreciate the opportunity to have done this, and I thank both of you, and I wish you well, and I know we'll be in touch, certainly. Yep. It's going to be fun to keep an eye on things, and probably have to put my dad van in the car show next Saturday. Talk about an easy win. Definitely. Like I said the other day, people are going to look at that. Because you go to a car show, sometimes people will open the doors. If I got the van doors open, they're going to be like, are those like old Pringles under there? I'm like, yeah, they are. I don't want to
all the kids pop out.
All the kids, right. Tic Tacs.
They're
like,
vintage Pringles.
That's right. Yeah. Right, I think that Pringle just winked at me. But please continue, obviously, to support this place and events like that car show. And for goodness sake, buy Halloween candy. Will you please? I'm happy to take Halloween candy as a to-go present. But please come into this place and support them. And I appreciate everything. And I know it's not obviously the last time we'll see each other or work together, but I just want to say thank you, both of you. I appreciate it. And that cake is amazing, and you didn't have to, and that's super nice. And I know that people here will enjoy the little sliver that they get. I'm not going to be, it's like the move a kid makes where they're like, I want the part that has the logo on it. Like, I'm going to take a butter knife and just cut that out. It's like a wedding cake. I'm going to save it, and a year from now, we're going to eat it on the end. No, we're not doing that. That thing will be enjoyed. Thank you guys very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
And there's a lot of work to be done today still, so we're going to go do it.
There is.
Right?
There is.
So please come to this store, and thank everybody for watching. Thanks, of course. Hey, listen, CBI Bank and Trust, Bob Howard and the crew, since day one, been here, which is super awesome for a business to sponsor a show from a grocery store. Who'd have thought, right? But CBI is inside the store. They're good people. Toyota Muscatine also been here since day one, right up the street. And Lutheran Living Senior Campus, newer-ish to the show, but certainly have known Naria and them for a long time. And we appreciate their support. So, all right, I'm literally tired of talking. We should have had Scott Dahlke stay. That guy could just...
That's the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
Write that down, bro.
I had Scott Dahlke just stay. He could have talked the whole thing. He would have taken over.
He'll recover quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say. Just a forkful of cake. I'll be fine. So thanks to Charlotte Schaefer with the Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine. Not that I need to look at my notes. I know these guys. Lieutenant Greg Bach with the Salvation Army was here. And our friend Scott Dahlke with MCSA. Thank you for watching. Continue looking for ways to give to this community because people still need help. And as Lieutenant Bach says, a hand up, which I love. Keep giving a hand up. And thank you for watching this show. Take care, everybody. Goodbye. Not doing spicy candy. The fact that it said...
I'm finally feeling like I'm not